Hey Corey, through 3 games, just how do you feel like you guys are connecting up front? Obviously, we talked about the new pieces and everything, but how do you feel like the synergy's coming together?
Yeah, I feel like it's coming really well. It's on for me. It's been a pleasure to work with Matt and O'Day inside. I feel like we have a great, we have great communication up there. And what I've said before, like just adjusting and everything. Making in-game adjustments, making in interweek adjustments, to different things that we may not have seen, earlier in the week. Something new comes up on film that we notice. I feel like all that's been great, and Storm stepped up to the plate in a huge way, which has been awesome. And I feel like we've built, we've gotten better each week, and but it's about getting better. Like everybody's, the good teams are getting better each week. So, it's good. It's comforting, but it's what you're supposed to be doing. And this week has got to be better than last week, and then we got to keep moving.
Corey, we had a storm. Norton, what did you do to improve from week 2 to week 3?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot. Like, it's a lot of stuff goes on that the average person doesn't see. And I'm not trying, I'm sure Storm is sitting there saying, he wish, he could do something better. I wish I could have done things better in the second game, the first game, and last game. You have everybody has plays that they wish they could have had better. But I feel like Storm, again, we're all growing together. We're all getting better together. I feel like there were things that helped Storm out that we all did. We all communicated better. Our operation was a little bit better. And we can improve on that this week as well. And I feel like Storm, but beyond all that, I mean, Storm's the kind of guy that will come in, put his head down, go to work, and he doesn't really care about, the outside noise, doesn't care about really anything other than just getting better and being one of the guys. And that's kind of held true from day one when I met him. So, we have all, you never blink with Storm. He's a great dude, good player, and we're looking forward to continuing to grow with him in there.
Preseason is one thing, but now that you and Justin have kind of gotten 3 games underneath your guys' belt, how do you feel like you guys have adjusted to each other, and how do you feel like the relationships work?
Yeah, again, it's been great to see that growth. There's been stuff where, things that I needed to do better, and I go up to him and say, hey, what can I do better with regards to this? And he's done the same thing. And I feel like that's paid off, being able to talk with him and him listening to us, our needs as the O-line, us obviously listening to him 24/7. That goes without saying. But the communication has been awesome because I feel like he's such a great dude, puts the team first, very unselfish person in general. So that type of quarterback has been great for us O-linemen. And we got to continue to improve, continue to get better with each week.
Even though you've been with Justin, or you've been here since March or whatever it's been, and you had mini camp and training camp and preseason and played with Justin, what's caught you off guard through weeks 1, 2, and 3 about Justin and kind of his style of play, if you will?
Like, caught me off guard, like surprised me,
surprised you about anything? The way is he jovial in the huddle?
Yeah.
What's something that kind of caught you off guard about Justin?
I think maybe not caught me off guard, but just some things that I've noticed about him that maybe I couldn't have noticed in the spring because it's not game time. It's not in season. Is he's just he is an extremely hard worker. He's going to do everything that he can to outwork everybody. He's going to put that first, and he's very intelligent. All the accolades that everybody, all the props that everybody gets, and they're all true. I mean, he's extremely talented, which everybody can see that. So I mean, he's a complete player. It's been an honor to work with him this far, and it's on me, it's on us to keep improving, keep that communication going, keep that the flow going of our O-line and him, and that's pretty much it.
In terms of how he commands a huddle in a game, what's the biggest difference between him and the years you had with Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. I compare the two. I mean, Aaron's in his 20th year and he's 45. He's been doing this for a long time. So it's just. But just speaking on Justin personally, he has again, I feel like the biggest thing with him is that the communication. He's he's got all the quarterback, your typical quarterback traits where he comes in the huddle, he takes command of it. Yeah, that's fine. But like there's nuances to the game that that we all have to deal with. And I feel like because he's such a calm, level-headed dude, and because he works so hard and he takes care of his business during the week, the adjustments that we have to make, whether it's in the game or during the week, we're able to make them because, he's not sitting there like freaking out about something, or maybe he's, putting too much pressure on something else. He's a good dude, so I feel like that helps out our offensive operation as a whole. And, there's things that we can get better at. Like, we had another, illegal motion or whatever on Sunday. So that's something that we can get better at, and we got to continue to improve on it. And that's on everybody. That's on me. It's on Justin. It's on the guy that happened to, and we'll keep working.
How impressive has Rashawn been in these first 3 games?
Yeah, not surprised at all. I mean, Rashawn's another great dude, man. He works his butt off. Doesn't really say too much. He kind of came in here humble, and has just done everything he can to work. You see him working on the sidelines and working pre-practice on his footwork and on his hand placement and stuff. And that's the type of little stuff that's going to carry a long way, especially with a talented player like him. His ability to set his foundation like that has been phenomenal. He's got a bright future.
What's something that's jumped out on tape from Rashawn? Is it the speed that he's used to get outside, some of his strength, on some of those bull rushes, technique? Like what sort of jumped out to you?
Yeah, I mean all of that. I mean that's easy to see. The stuff that's impressed me is the stuff. He's top 10 pick or whatever he was. And first round talent, all that stuff. But the part that I feel like is the biggest compliment that I can give him is the stuff how he handles himself off the field and prepares.
Corey, what about this Raiders defensive line? What have you seen on tape through the first 3 weeks, and what challenges do they present?
Yeah, they're very talented. They got some speed guys on the edge. They got powerful strength, big dudes in the middle. They play hard. They play fast. They're not a very complicated system, but they do what they do well. So we're gonna have to prepare for them, just like prepare for everybody else. Everybody's good, in the NFL, and they're up there. They're 3-0 for a reason, and it'll be a challenge for us, just like every week is, and got to bring it.
Do you pick the brain of any of the defensive players, obviously, because they played for Gus Bradley for a number of years?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's they're doing the same thing that Gus over there. And they're trying to find stuff that we do, or tips and tells and everything. So it's normal.
Corey, going back to the game-winning touchdown for Mike Williams, it's supposed to be a running play. When Justin switched out to the fade, what were you thinking? Was it like a little risky here, or okay, Justin, let's go for it?
Yeah, I got all the faith in the world in that guy, man. Especially Mike, man. Mike and Justin, that connection. If he wants to throw it, man, it's. I'm sure Austin's. We could have used a rushing touchdown to pat ourselves on the back, but in all honesty, nobody cares. It's awesome, and super happy that he made that decision because it was a good one.
With the illegal motion penalties that you mentioned, what are those conversations like with Justin, with Joe, even with Brandon, just to get that fixed? And as a center, like how much can you actually have an impact on that? Because I know you can't see the receivers in motion.
Well, with me, especially in the Dallas game, my one of the false starts that they called on me, and that's. I didn't agree with it, but it is what it is. I did the same thing the week before, but whatever. But that's something that I got to adjust to. So with these illegal motions, just it's the attitude of everybody's. It's on everybody. What can you do to get better? So I can get up to the ball faster and set the line quicker, and maybe get out of the huddle quicker and stuff. So I'm just anytime something like that happens, and I think that's the attitude of everybody in the locker room is what can I do better to solve the problem, and because it's a team effort, it takes all 11 on every play, and that's our attitude.
Did you get an explanation from the ref on that false start? Because was he just saying that everyone wasn't set, or
no? I don't know. I don't care. It's whatever. I'm over it. But again, corrected it. We did it later in the game. We corrected it and got it rolling.
I was going to ask the same question.
Yeah.
Is that a call in the huddle though? Like, is that in the play call that you guys are going to go to the line and snap it quickly?
Sometimes not. It kind of varies. It's situational. So that's just. You know, it's sometimes we call it, sometimes we don't, sometimes it just happens. You know what I mean? So it's kind of a fluid thing, you know, if you will. But yeah.
On Sunday, when you guys went quick on the touchdown to Keenan, when was that called? Did you know the play before you were going to do that?
No, I mean we just call it and run.
It's a
Yeah.
running play, and then sometime between the time that play ends and the next.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I don't really above my pay grade. You know, it's it's in the OC's hands, and you know him and Justin. You know, we just us linemen, we're just doing what we do. You know, so.